Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Balancing Act. We're so glad you joined us. I'm Julie Moran.
And I'm Olga Villaverdi. All right, are you a triple threat, Julie? How about a quadruple threat?
Maybe a triple. I don't know about a quad, not me. But today we're about to meet some as we continue our Broadway Balances America series, going behind the scenes of Broadway's best shows as they travel across the country.
So much fun. I love this one. Life is a
Cabaret, baby!
As we introduce you to some of the talented cast from the Tony Award-winning production of Cabaret, directed by Sam Mendes and Rob Marshall.
We'll enter into the world of the infamous Kit Kat Club and see how they prepare for such a demanding role that has them acting, singing, dancing, and playing an instrument.
What talent! Okay, and if sometimes it feels like you're tap dancing with your goals, you know,
Love
and
that.
New Year's resolutions, we've got you covered. We've got some life coaching solutions.
Plus some great morning tips to help you get a great start every single day.
I think it's time to raise the curtain and start the show.
The Balancing Act starts
Right now. Life is a cabaret.
Did you know that January is Mental Wellness Month? Well, today we're taking a bit of a closer look at why setting dreams, goals, and resolutions is not only healthy, but necessary. Here's Olga.
It's the end of January. How's your New Year's resolution coming? Well, if your answer is bah humbug, let's take a closer look at goal setting, and let's start by hearing what some of you had to say.
How's that New Year's resolution going for you?
My New Year's resolution usually does not go so well.
They're going pretty good. We volunteer at several places and we enjoy being able to give back.
Stay happy, healthy, concentrate on my family.
Finish my degree and get a better job. Sorry.
Great stuff this morning, and joining us now to get an even better handle on how to successfully set and achieve our resolutions and goals is our resident life coach, Dr. Jessica Leone. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so happy to be here.
Happy New Year. Yes, glad to have you here. Why is it a good thing to set goals?
Well, I think resolutions and goals first need to be defined. We know that resolution is being able to solve problems and go through things, and we know that goals are something that we set and we look forward to. So when we have something that gives us long-term motivation and short-term vision, what we're able to do is we're able to put our priorities in order. We can focus better. We have a sense of purpose. And the reality is that when we're doing all of these things, they give us a sense of confidence and our self-esteem. So the more that we set and the more that we are successful, the better our self-esteem goes up and up. And so then we are much more likely to have better judgments in life and continue to set goals for ourselves.
Now, why do we do this at the beginning of a new year? I mean, shouldn't it be done all year long?
I think what happens is people get so caught up in New Year's resolution.
New year, new you.
So exactly.
That's our motto here.
And while we can still have a new year and a new you, what's really important is looking at how important goal setting is on a regular basis. So when we set daily intentions, it gives us a practice of setting these goals. So when it's time to join the tradition and go ahead and set a New Year's resolution goal, you already have set up a sense of practice for yourself and successes so that you're much more likely to be successful during that New Year's resolution that you set.
And what do you tell the people to say, you know, I'm not even going to set a goal, I'm going to fail it all the time, I'm a failure at my goals? What do you say?
You know, I think the biggest problem with people is really their interpretation of failure. So that internal dialogue is huge. And what do they see as a mistake and failure? So being able to really re-examine exactly what failure means. So it's going into it saying, I'm not going to be perfect going into this goal.
But I'm going to try.
Exactly. And so just trying makes all the difference in the world to at least say, okay, well, I did this and this didn't work. Now you have something new to be able to try differently. The other thing I think is so important is that when people set goals, they forget about two really important pieces. The first one is the accountability. It is so important when we can put ourselves accountable, whether it's through putting it out in public, whether it's being competitive with somebody, whether it's making a bet. But we know that whenever we hold ourselves accountable, we are much more likely to comply with different things. In addition to that, the visual piece, I think, is what's missing for a lot of people. So when you have something right there in front of you, whether it's a visual goal, whether it's a visual checkoff system that you completed it,
Something more tangible.
much more tangible, marbles in a jar, pounds to lose, pounds lost, anything that you can do that represents some sort of visual way to stay accountable, I think that also is the necessary ingredient for you to follow through into that successful goal.
So when it comes to New Year's resolutions, what are the most popular that really never get achieved?
Well, I think what happens is people get so gung-ho, which is wonderful. They get so excited and they take on one of the most difficult, challenging goals, which is addictive behavior. And to undo a habit that you're so used to requires a lot of help. It requires a support system, it requires a plan, and people don't often put everything that's involved in that plan and support system that they need to accomplish that goal. So sometimes even getting professional help, along with a goal that requires much more attention into the underlying root of some of those addictive behaviors, is also something that's very important that a lot of people don't remember.
Truly, you got to set something more realistic.
Yeah, small and achievable is much more realistic for somebody than the whole entire year that they're going to accomplish something that was an addict type behavior.
Mine was, okay, I'm going to learn to relax more.
But and so we start off with the smallest piece that maybe in the car, you'll start to relax a little bit differently by maybe incorporating some smells, maybe some peppermint oil or some lavender oil, maybe the sounds that you listen to. You can have any goal you want, but it's starting so small and with the most achievable way so that you feel successful.
Thank you very much for your tips. What was yours, by the way?
My resolution is to be able to to engage in a lot more meditation for myself.
Okay, see the relaxing part.
Yes.
I'll get there one day. Thank you, doctor. Appreciate your time. And for all these great tips on goal setting, just log on to thebalancingact.com.
Up next, if anyone knows how to dream big and overcome the fear of failure, it's our next guest.
It's hard to feel like you're balancing it when everything you're doing is something that you love to do.
I never in a million years would expect that I would be playing my trumpet and my French horn in front of thousands of people.
Broadway Balances America, brought to you by Broadway across America, bringing the best of Broadway to a city near you.
We're once again heading to Broadway and beyond as our Broadway Balances America series, I love this series, takes us behind the scenes of some of the most beloved Broadway musicals as they travel across the country and into your local theaters.
Roundabout Theater Company's Tony Award-winning production of
Cabaret,
directed by Sam Mendes and Rob Marshall, is hitting the road and taking audiences into the infamous and seductive Kit Kat Club during a pre-World War II Germany where the MC, Sally Bowles, and a ruckus ensemble take the stage nightly to tantalize the crowd and to leave their troubles outside.
And for the talented quadruple threats of the Kit Kat girls and boys who make up the ensemble of the production, prepping for a rigorous touring schedule takes balance to excel in all 4 disciplines.
As Balancing Act correspondent Amber Milt learned when she got a preview of their acting, singing, dancing, and musical abilities. So together we say,
come hear the music play. That's all right, baby. Here we go. Yeah.
That's right, ladies. These multi-talented actors are part of the Roundabout Theater Company's 50th anniversary season, which includes the national tour of the Tony Award-winning musical, Cabaret. Rehearsal is in full swing as the performers get final notes from choreographer Cynthia Onrubia. Being part of the Kit Kat Club ensemble means they must be able to sing, dance, act, and play a musical instrument.
You want diversity, but it all has to come together musically. I want to keep a certain standard of the show, because once you set the tone, and especially me, I won't settle for, anything less.
The numbers are hugely important to the show, partly because they drive the show in terms of its musical content. We begin in a club, the club numbers intersect with the scenes, they propel the themes of the show. The abrasion between the scenes, which fire in, and the songs that fire out, that give the show its unique energy.
The story, which first debuted on Broadway 50 years ago, takes audiences into the seductive Kit Kat Club during pre-World War II Germany. Berlin is thriving, but everything is about to change.
It's what happens to Sally Bowles, who's a chanteuse, and Cliff Bradshaw, an American writer, and their romance, and how history intersects with that romance, their romance, and also the romance of an older couple, Fawn Schneider and Herr Schultz. And of course, there's this character, the MC, which is maybe perhaps the most famous character in the show. And he comes in throughout the evening and does fantastic numbers that illuminate and expand upon the themes that you discover in the book scenes.
It takes a really, really tough situation in history and adds light to it from the characters, from what they're going through. The dancing is pretty surreal. The way that the story's told is so innovative and so timeless to all the audiences that get to see it.
This Sam Mendes, Rob Marshall production features the music of Kander and Ebb, the team behind Chicago, and it all starts with casting.
Kit Kat Boys and Girls are also the orchestra. There's that extra element of musicianship that comes into play. It's finding the people who can also wail on a saxophone and sing and dance and act. That is where it becomes tricky.
As a quadruple threat, Danny Spieler, who plays Lulu, can definitely wail on the saxophone. Being part of the show is a dream come true.
Oh, you like Lulu, don't you?
We started working on Willkommen and Don't Tell Mom. These are iconic numbers that I have, sang in my bedroom since I was a little girl. So to actually be learning that same choreography and that same production that I was so excited to see, I can't even put it to words. It's so, just doing those moves, it immediately feels like, wow, this is so exciting.
Preparation is key.
It's just making sure to warm up every part of your show. You have to warm up your instrument, you have to warm up your voice, you have to warm up your body, and then at the end of the show, you have to cool it all down as well.
Und Helga!
Playing the character of Helga, this marks Sarah Bishop's touring debut.
I am like a father to her. So when she is bad, I spank her.
There's a lot of anticipation. I'm just excited to get started because, I've dreamed about doing this for a long time, and it just happens to incorporate all these awkward, weird talents they just happen to have. How many girls play the trumpet? It was such a perfect fit for what I wanted to do as an actor and what the show has to offer. And being on tour, I think it's a good time for me to be traveling and exploring at a relatively young age.
Laurie Orr is more familiar with the territory. She was part of the show's revival in 1998 and the first national tour of Cabaret.
I'm still excited to be a part of the show 15 years later in my career. But I feel like I have so much more to offer for my characters now. I've lived longer and I've had more life experiences, whether they're good or bad, but they can all add to make a stronger presence on stage and add more layers to the character that I'll be playing.
Making sure the characters are clothed, at least partially, is six-time Tony Award winner William Ivy Long, who is once again creating the fabulous fashions.
This needs to hug the butt like that. One of the MC's lines is, every night we have to fight with the girls to keep them from taking off other clothes. Tonight we might lose the battle. So specifically, I took that as my mission. So my job is to make sure the ladies can give that impression that these clothes are just going to fall off them. We have 2 bras on and 3 panties while supporting them in all the choreography and everything they're doing. This is an example of you can think you're just so smart and you do a sketch based on a reference. And then you get the live person in the room and it doesn't look good at all, so you change it.
You can learn the combination all day long in the studio, but once you put the costume, it adds a whole nother level of intensity to your character.
Wearing those revealing costumes means staying in top physical shape is critical.
Hey Sarah, how's it going? Hi.
Lift it up and exhale. Pulling your shoulder blades together. Absolutely breathtaking. Really keep tension on the bands the whole time. Prepare us for our show tonight not destroy us. So do about 5 more seconds of this, nice and easy. So as you dancers will know, it's like you're trying to go in opposition.
But to balance that, so is having a life outside the theater.
Professional and personal balance, especially as an actor, is necessary. I'm recently engaged, so for me being on tour, it's going to be a matter of staying in touch. My fiance is going to be flying out a ton. I'm a preschool teacher when I'm not doing a show, so it's all about finding little things that give you a little bit of happiness, a little bit of joy in your day-to-day when you're not on a gig.
So here at Cabaret, everybody is so multi-talented, but I wanted to get in on the fun. Ready, guys? Let's take it away. Happily, the national tour is now getting underway.
You want them to take away what it has always been at the heart of the show, which is that it's exciting, it's memorable, it's musically thrilling, the numbers are fantastic, the characters are memorable, but also that it's challenging. It makes us think, it moves us. And I think I can say that this production in particular does that probably better than any other, I think.
You come out maybe with a few tears, but yet you are like, this is why I just bought a ticket to this. This is what theater is. And this is why we come to the theater. And that's what I want people to walk out and feel.
The North American tour of Cabaret is heading soon to a theater near you. Check out Broadway Balances America, Broadway Across America, or you can go to our website, thebalancingact.com, for all the show information, tour dates, and more.
This morning, we've got an interesting alternative to your morning coffee. Are you ready for this? Chili pepper. Now, don't worry, though, because there's a very tasty breakfast burrito recipe to go along with it. And Chef Chris Paul is back in the studio to show us how it's done. Good morning, Chef.
Hey, good morning.
You know, chili pepper in the morning?
Yeah, oh yeah. Kind of wakes you up like that caffeine thing.
It wakes you up and then some.
Yes.
All right, so I love burrito. I make a mean burrito at home, and I like it with a twist. So tell me what you have here today.
We've definitely twisted it up. Actually, we've got all these key ingredients that we've used. Pine nuts, pinoles, which are really good, add flavor. Really, really good flavor. Tomatoes, also sun-dried tomatoes, a little onion. Of course, we got the egg, a little cheese, black beans, because it kind of, twist, and of course, peppers. And the main ingredient, which I love, yakisoba noodles.
Really?
Yeah.
In
What'd
a
you think? Right? A burrito.
burrito.
Crazy.
Wow.
But a lot of fun. You combine it all together, and this is what we've done is we mix it all together. Real easy to do. It's 4 minutes in the wave. Pop it out, put the ingredients in, mix it up, and presto. Just roll it up, and we have some, for example here, we've added avocados, which is really nice, a nice twist. And of course, we have our special ingredient.
Which is?
Hallelujah hot sauce.
Hallelujah hot sauce, what's that?
You have to try a little bit. It's my church actually has a hot sauce, and
Oh, I love hot sauce, so I gotta try this. Okay, oh my gosh. Let me see. Woo! Oh, huh?
You're holy.
Hallelujah. Oh my gosh, that's really good. You know, this is really a great on the go if you're in a hurry, going to school with the kids, make that burrito, eat in the car, get a good breakfast, and go study.
Oh, we have a tease for you here.
Oh, here we go.
Try.
Okay.
Yeah.
As always, I always let you share with me.
Thank you.
Whew, man, that hot sauce is good. Oh, this is really good.
See the combinations?
Fabulous. Okay.
Delicious.
So I love your Hallelujah hot sauce. I love you, and I love this burrito and yakisoba noodles.
No,
so
you didn't.
Look at me. I put more. I love it. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Yes.
I have been blessed this morning. Muchas gracias. And if you want to learn more about Maruchan noodle bowls, just log on to thebalancingact.com. That's thebalancingact.com. And if you love hot sauce, woo, hallelujah.
So whether your goal is as small as eating a better breakfast every day or as big as making it on Broadway, we hope we've inspired you to go out and have a great day and a great year.
We wish you all kinds of success as you try to reach the goals you've set for 2016.
And if one of your New Year's resolutions is to finally see a fabulous play on Broadway, we can help you with that.
We sure can. Remember to check out Broadway Balances America to see when Cabaret is coming to your city.
And if you can't wait to try that amazing black bean and pine nut burrito, oh my gosh, that's also available at thebalancingact.com.
Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
So long, everybody.
Bye-bye.